Hey y'all, she's coming together. November 2nd now. Making a lot of progress in the last couple of days. Obviously, I can tell because my back is killing me. When I overdo it, it gets to hurting. But coming along real well now. Seat is dropped in. It's in its position. Now that we've got everything cut out around the pipe and the air box. We can do one of two things. We can start working on the bubble, or we can start working on the bumper in the back, and we'll probably do a little of both. Get a bunch of tubing and stuff cut up and notched up and stuff to make the bumper, and then have it sit waiting for Rich. We've had some trouble getting 40 liters, the little bottles of argon. Our air gas store hasn't had any in more than 3 weeks, so we may have to step up to a 60 instead of getting the giant one, just so we can get some gas and do some welding. But that's where we're headed. Now the fun stuff starts back here. Radiator with the fans and all that stuff, right? That's really the exciting stuff for me. At this point, it's just been mounting existing bodywork. Granted, it needed massive amounts of modification to speak to one another and fit. And we're still not done. That bubble's going to need a lot of mods too. But the real creative bit of this whole project for me was going to be at the back. The wing upright in the center was going to be an expansion tank. Was going to be the water tank, because the radiator is going to be down low. The top of the radiator will be lower than the top of the engine. Which means we need an auxiliary tank. We need an expansion tank up high to fill from, and for the air to find the highest point in the system. So that's where the cool stuff's going to happen. Mounting the radiator after we get a bumper back here, making mounts, mounting the radiator, making a little intake box for underneath the bodywork. Or maybe we don't need it at all, actually, once this stuff gets boxed in. But a diffuser type box off the back of the radiator with the fans, that's going to look super cool. And then the last thing we'll do back here is the wing assembly and holding it all together. So with the whole month of November to go, and I really like the position we're in for the second day of November, with 28 days more to go, yeah, we're looking pretty good at this point. So, yep. Can't wait to start putting some of these videos up on the YouTube page so you guys can see it. But once it's together, it's very sleek, very, very nice. The lines on it are pretty cool. So we're going to have a little more something back here. I don't know if it's going to be all the way out here or just in the middle with the radiator, but it's going to be a little longer. The wing is going to be a little further back. Going to look a little different than your regular supercart. But so there you go. This turned out really, really well. I'm super happy with how this turned out. John, not super happy about having to. I told him when you want to get in here to get this side pod off, you're going to have to remove the springs, unplug the EGT. He's got an O-ring that goes over here, and you're going to have to remove the pipe to get this pod off. That's how big and bulky this thing is. And otherwise, folks, we'd have to hokey this thing all together. He was talking about, cutting this out and putting it on a hinge and all that. That's for him to do later. He said build it the way I would do it, and that's what I would do. If it was my cart, I'd just take the pipe on and off because I like the way it looks. It's all clean. It's one piece. It literally takes 2 minutes to remove springs, the O-ring, and get the pipe off. It doesn't take any time at all. So there you go. It's worked out really well. Didn't even make any templates. Just was all really done from tape measurements from known points here. So that's it for the second. Godspeed. God bless. We're praying for you. Pray for us because the neighborhood's unhinged out here. Hang in there, y'all. It'll get better.